Good evening, and welcome to the Haunted Antiques Paranormal Research Centre. And tonight we have Phil Sinclair, paranormal investigator, YouTuber. How are you doing then, Phil?
I'm okay. I'm good. I'm a pleasure to be aboard.
Oh, it's great to speak to you. I've never spoken to you before. I've been a friend of yours on Facebook for I don't know how long. And you do YouTube, you do interesting stuff. So yeah, thought we could have a chat. And
Here
I
we
know
are.
if you,
As paths have crossed eventually.
yeah, that's right. You sort of intrigued me by what you do. So come on, let's have a chat.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
we've got a few sort of watching who sort of watch your stuff as well. So hopefully they'll come in with
Some might be
questions.
familiar.
We've got Dean Buckley watching. You might know Dean. He's sort of South Yorkshire way.
Is it? Right.
Yeah.
So, can I get the chat on here?
If you click on comments,
Yeah.
it should come up on there. I'm just waiting for the feed to come up on my phone.
Yeah. I
can actually share it. So that's not happened just yet.
Right, that's it. And if I press that, I'm still on. Right.
Have you found it? Hi Jane, how are you doing?
Hi Dean, thanks for coming aboard.
Oh, it's been just a crazy time, and it's just nice to see you and to be able to have this chat.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. I mean, we can't do anything, can we? Really, especially in an indoor situation.
Yeah, it's quite a one, isn't it?
The internet is our friend, so just.
So if you just bear with us for a minute, we're just still sharing, so we will get there. So how long have you been doing this?
Since about 2016, I went out. I've always been interested in the paranormal, always, but it wasn't until 2016 where I was like, yeah, I want to try and do this. And yeah, and everything's shared, so I can stop being ignorant. Yeah, so
I'm still being ignorant.
And I've just pulled the trigger, and I just went out and just investigated, and it just sort of kind of snowballed to where I am now. So it's all good stuff.
That's fantastic. So why? Did you get experiences? Did you see paranormal, experience it, or what caused you to get this route?
Basically, I watched the TV shows to begin with.
Yeah.
Like your Most Haunted, Ghost Adventures, and things like that. And I always tell myself that I'd love to go out and do what they do. I'd love it. And then I went out with a group doing an investigation. I got invited out to go on a group investigate at the Woods End Cemetery in Sheffield, and we all got there, and we all got good stuff. There was a medium with us, and he was picking things up, and I just kind of got the bug from there. And I was like, right, the next one I do, investigation is my own, and I want to see if I can get the same results as we did in that group. And and I have had the evidence I've captured over that period of time has been, I still don't have an explanation for. I mean, I've captured doors moving on themselves. I've had direct responses from things. I've had an attachment myself. I mean, I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% going to say it is that, but it. When I first started paranormal investigating, I used to just go guns blazing. I used to be like, right, no protection, no nothing. Let's go. Ordering these spirits and things, to communicate basically at my command. And over time I realized that was a wrong technique and the wrong way of going about it. But I have grown as a paranormal investigator, and I've kind of matured. And I would say to anybody who's wanting to do this, think about it. And just think about, I mean, I'm not interested in demonic hauntings anymore or anything like that. All I'm interested in now is just your casual hauntings and think, you know, they're not interested. Not it doesn't interest me in the devils and demons and things like that, because I know what that can do. So.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, there's a whole big world out there, isn't there? And
yeah, definitely. I mean, eventually I'd like to go to America and investigate some places in America, but that isn't happening anytime soon. You know.
no, it's not. No.
But you know, there's still another day.
And do you pick up anything sort of mediumship wise?
I sense things, and I get a general idea that I can feel the energy in the room change and things like that, but I wouldn't be able to tell you if it was a little girl or an old man, or you know, I wouldn't be able to tell you who it is, but I definitely can sense that something is there.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Definitely.
Would you look at trying to develop that?
Possibly.
Yeah.
That kind of investigating is more, as I'm getting older, is interesting me more and more. I'm starting to move away from the devices and things like that, but getting a little bit more traditional in investigating.
Wow. So what have you been using? Like
crystals.
Right, okay.
Dowsing rods. I've got quite a few crystals. I carry a crystal with me at all times, to, you know, which is apparently supposed to keep negative energy at bay.
Is that obsidian or something?
It's a tour.
Caught you out now.
Yeah.
Forget the names of them half the time.
There's that many?
Yeah, I was told to use snowflake obsidian for grounding and protection and stuff. And hi, Robin Pratt. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Stephen Bates. Hi, Jane. Hi, Spirits of Somerset Paranormal. Hope you're all well. Tourmaline. Fun carries around.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, so I've got a question here from Dean then.
Yeah.
So Dean says, what's the best place you found most interesting? And where would you go back to when you can?
Let me think. There's been that many. But there's one, which is let me just check on my draw blank. And I always get asked this question, and I always come and answer it with with the place I come with a wrong answer to that, and I've been asked that before, and I want to try and possibly.
So, what are the other interesting places you've been to then?
Stockbridge Bypass.
Wow. Okay. Did you experience anything?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, really. Every time I've gone to the Stockbridge Bypass, got evidence every time I've gone. It never fails to.
Wow.
You know, never fails to provide in terms of evidence.
And that's great, because it's outdoors and it's free as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, that road as well, it's like the most dangerous road in the UK.
Yeah.
And it's not. And when you look at the road, it's not that bad, really. And don't explain all the deaths.
Okay.
And if you do a lot of research about that road and the ground where it was built, you know, it's the famous cases with the security guards and when the police got involved, when the security guards, when they were building the road, they discovered children playing, and this was at like in the early hours of the morning, and they was all wearing like Victorian clothing. Some clothing what wasn't at that period.
Yeah, different time.
And they phoned the police, and the police came to try and move these kids on, like young children. They had not explained why these young children were there. And when the police got there, they saw a monk walk up to their car, and they just sped off and ran it. And the police, and there was a TV show in the early 90s, Strange But True.
Okay.
It was on there, and all the people, like the police officers and security guards, they was on that show, and they like spoke of their experience. So for police officers to go on and adamant what they saw, you know, the road was opened on Friday the 13th, if that means anything. Yeah, it's very, very active. Stockbridge bypass. Let me have a look.
Sounds another one for my list then. I have often wondered about it, and you know, Sheffield's not too far from where I am. So yeah, that sounds like an interesting one
yeah,
too.
If you go there,
visit.
Definitely. I mean, it's outside. I mean, I'm sure you can go on your own if you can dare it. Bear it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm stupid enough to do something like that.
Yeah. Well, a meme on the internet yesterday made me laugh, where you're not a paranormal investigator until you hear "get out" and you walk in, which made me laugh.
Yeah, I've heard voices in my own home say my name, and it's like, really? I'm going to bed now. Bye.
Yeah, that would. I think I would. I'm not sure if I'd love that or.
Yeah,
not like it. I mean, I have experienced something in here when I first moved in.
Yeah.
That's when Charlene and Amy came, and we did a little
oh, cool.
thing here, and we got some good evidence on devices and things like that. And I don't think it's anything negative or anything like that. It's
oh, fantastic!
It's but you know, I'm quite happy to have something. You know, if it's just if it's good, if it's not bothering me, I'm not bothering that. You know, leave them.
Yeah, you're just living in unison, and you've got your loved ones around you anyway, so you're never completely alone, are you?
So that no, you're not.
You've got your loved ones, so. Right, I've got a question from Jane Rowley then.
Mm-hmm.
I know we had a conversation just before I went live as well. So, what are your thoughts on haunted objects?
Yes, they. I'm not saying that every object from a certain period of time is haunted, but definitely there are things that are haunted, and you know, if anyone's been following me for a long time will know about the Dybbuk box I opened, which, you know, which kind of turned my life upside down. I'm not gonna sit here and blame everything that's gone wrong in my life due to a box I opened, but it's definitely something. It's funny how all the three of us at that period of time opened that box. From that moment onwards, everything for all of us went wrong, whether they want to admit it or not. You can't. I mean, I'm not going to get into details, but you know, a lot of weird, like life destroying things happened to all of us from that period when that box
is crazy.
Opened. And
so, where did you get this box from? What was it like?
It was just I didn't want to open it. I didn't want nothing to do with it. I wasn't interested. I was just gonna, you know, and peer pressure kicked in. I kind of was like, all right, let's open it then. Let's open it then. I'm an investigator.
Yeah.
Let's open it. So we all opened it. It was just a big rectangle wooden box covered in wax, sealed to death. You know, sealed like you You literally had to break into this thing to get it open. Whoever sealed this thing didn't want it to be opened. And then we smashed it open, we pulled it apart, and there was all like personal objects in it, like jewelry and things, like there was like a bracelet in there. They all look like offerings for something.
Wow.
And yeah, and and
so what have you done with it? What has been done with it? Right?
It's in the museum, I believe.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
I believe it's in there.
Oh, okay then. That's interesting. We've got Andy Murphy. He says, have you done much in Rotherham?
Yeah, I've done plenty. There's loads of places in Rotherham. Yeah. Anywhere you want to talk about in Rotherham. Most haunted places in Rotherham. Let's have a little think. Mine's gone blank again. Roach Abbey in Maltby.
All right, okay.
That's a really good one. That's another place where it's really active. Never failed to get.
Is it easy accessible?
Yeah, it's public.
Yeah.
Public. You can't get on the grounds.
Right, yeah.
Onto the ground, but where it's public, you basically are on the ground anyway.
Oh, fantastic!
It's just like a little wire fence. What's stopping you from getting onto the grounds?
But if you're in the vicinity, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you're just basically a couple of meters away from the actual ruins.
Yeah.
But it's it's the area itself. I mean, all that area around there, ancient land.
Right, fantastic.
It's never failed. Never
That's
failed.
brilliant.
Just interesting things happen. Nothing. I wouldn't say that groundbreaking evidence is found every time you go, but it's just interesting little things where you might ask a question and you get a response on the EVP recorder or on Spirit Box, or and you're like, that's interesting. I mean, how do you explain?
Well, it is. It's what we want, isn't it? You don't expect a lot.
No.
And if you go somewhere and just get something, it makes your night, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's just something you can't debunk, and you just know that there's something else there.
Yeah, just that one little bit on this, especially on the Spirit Box. You're asking questions, and you'll get that one clear voice come through, and everybody heard it. It was there.
That's it.
And you all can agree that said that. Within that 1 second, 2 seconds you were hearing it, you've all agreed that said that.
That's right. Yeah, when it is that clear, and with that reasonable doubt that is the word what was said or the phrase. It's just amazing.
I mean, when you haven't had time to influence what you think it is, and then they're agreeing with you, you've all agreed that is said.
Yes.
Or that is the buzz what I get from. This is what the enjoyment I get out of it. Just something. You just like you plucked something out of the air basically, which wasn't there before, and it's good. I mean, I love the paranormal subject, but you have to be, like I say, all I would say to anybody watching what's interested in doing this, just be very careful with what you deal with. Don't, from experience, if you don't know, if something's been suspected to have demon activity or anything like that, just do your research and just ask yourself, do I really want to do this?
Oh, bless you.
Yeah.
Do you do any other protection? You carry the crystals around with you. Do you protect yourself as well in a different way?
Yeah, I have done now. I didn't before.
Bless you.
I do.
I'm bad for that.
I do now, and I always, when I've finished an investigation, I always, politely ask that if I have made contact with, please stay here, and there's no need to follow me or anything like that. It's just respect, basically.
That's brilliant.
I
Yeah.
let the spirit know that I respect them and what they can do, and hopefully they can, accept that and leave me be. And I've been doing that. I've felt a lot better after an investigation. When I've finished an investigation, I don't feel that tiredness, that heaviness.
Oh, that's brilliant.
As I did once before. I mean, it's right when they say that spirits take your energy and things like that.
Yeah.
It's because the next day,
Yeah.
you're a lot tireder than usual.
Yeah, power hangovers are horrendous, aren't they? And then if you get an attachment as well, which you just feel tired for a while, then you think, oh God, I've got an attachment.
Yeah.
It sometimes takes a while to realise that it's not you actually feeling rough. You've actually picked something up.
Definitely. But
and my thing was a Zoom call, and somebody actually saw somebody standing behind me, described him, and I knew where I'd got him from.
Yeah, that's
It's
a bit
just
crazy.
A bit...
Yeah, that is. No, I think I would have just ended the stream there, and somebody told me that at least somebody stood behind me.
Yeah.
But what you'd have to do is just sit on your own, and just open up and try and talk to whatever it is.
Oh God, I didn't want to. I'd already spoken to him at my location. He wasn't very pleasant.
No.
He's a mortician. It was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you feel threatened by this person? Do you feel scared?
Oh, he's gone now. I've got rid of him, but I felt that shattered and drained all the time. And in the end, it was just too drained. Yeah, you feel tired on the day to day, but that was just crazy.
How did you get rid of him? What made you happy that you got it was gone?
I've got some cleansing salts.
Yeah.
So by sage, and I used that, and I had a couple of baths with the cleansing salts, and that worked. So that was really good, and I felt a hell of a lot different. So it was obvious that I had picked something up.
Yeah.
I had a horrendous holiday as well. Got stuck 2 storms on the trot and was camping. So yeah, leaky tents. So it couldn't have been much worse. But that was the weather. But then with him around, it made it feel a lot worse.
Yeah. Did you know his name or anything like that?
No, I didn't get his name, but I knew all about him and what he'd done because I picked him up the minute I went into that location.
Yeah.
I picked up details about him and oh God. And then later on I saw exactly what he did. And
I do believe that spirits can latch onto. I don't think they can latch onto everybody, but some people have got that.
Yes.
But again, that brings on to people have got the ability to see them and others haven't. It's.
Yeah. I get images, but I can't actually physically see them. But that. To be honest, I don't know if I'd want to. That'd be, if you saw like them all around you. Yeah.
And it would be pretty crazy. I think you'd have an hard job. People would think you're absolutely crazy, wouldn't they? They'd think you'd have some kind of illness. If you were just telling people that you could see them.
Yeah, someone standing at the door and like, oh.
Yeah, it's that's the thing with the paranormal. If you capture something, very, very groundbreaking, a lot of people are not going to believe you, which is quite. I mean, all these people seen Bigfoot and seen UFOs and things like that, and they're adamant. They and everybody's laughing at them. It's just that. That's why I want to capture something brilliant, and but everybody's gonna be criticize you for it. So the only way yourself.
Yeah, but your friends do as well.
Yeah.
The people who matter to you, you know, they'll agree that they know how you work, they know you're honest and things like that. So they will know that it's genuine. So,
Definitely.
you know, you've captured something, you're showing it to them. So, you know, it's fantastic, isn't it? And you know you've got it. Saying that, I've got a photo, I haven't debunked it yet.
Yeah.
And I haven't really shared it out that public because they'll say it's an app or they'll say it's something or other, but I know what
Yeah.
it is. You know,
Like,
I took a photo, I can't explain, you know.
I mean, we're all sat up all night, aren't we? Just creating
Yeah.
photos. I mean, you know, like we haven't got anything else to do.
Yeah, just sit in the cold for a bit, just talk to the four walls. And...
Yeah, I mean, I'm convinced sometimes that I'm just talking to myself, you know. I mean, maybe we are, you know, maybe.
Yeah, you don't know,
We
do
are,
you?
maybe we are just talking to when we go out investigating. Maybe there's nothing there. You
Yeah.
know,
But
maybe.
then you get something, and if it's not a radiator, which you know what it is, you know, or
Yeah,
then what is it? You know, you just don't know.
it's yeah. You know as the person what you've got,
Yeah, that's right.
and
Once you like seriously go for it and find out you can't work out what it is, explain it, and there you go. Got
definitely.
one made a comment here
Hmm.
saying the convicts tunnel was interesting.
Yeah, that's an interesting place, Convicts Tunnel in Barnsley.
Wow.
It's yeah, it's very strange there. Yeah, I like the last time I was there, I was like basically having a conversation. Conversation was something,
Oh,
you know,
brilliant.
just they were just. I don't know if it's multiple spirits there or just one, but that is an active location. There's some interesting history to that as well. You know that it was, they call it the Convicts Tunnel because it was used to carry, apparently, don't quote me on it, but from my research, that they have found that tunnel was used to on a train, used to transport convicts to different jails and things like that. But is it an ex-convict, you know, prisoner haunting there, or is it something else?
Wow.
I've never found out. That's a location I probably will go to again, which is long overdue for me to go back to. But another place in Barnsley as well is the Wombwell Woods in Barnsley.
Okay.
That is one a lot of people will vouch for me in saying that is a crazy place in there, and they call it the Suicide Woods because a lot of suicides have happened in that woods.
Okay.
There's one suicide which was quite graphic in nature, and the whole place is just very very negative, very negative
Wow.
energy, negative things have happened there. Yeah, it's definitely. I was speaking. The most creepy story I got is from Ian Lawrence. He was basically he's the guy he's a paranormal investigator, but he will literally take a tent and he will go out on his own and he will document things
Wow.
on his own all night in a tent, and he'll have no lights, no nothing. He will just go and his body will be, you know, he'll just sense things with his own body. And the creepy story he told me, he went out of his tent and it was about 3 a.m. and he's in middle of the Wombwell Woods, and he was just sat up in the middle of the night in the tent in complete darkness, and he heard a child walking around the tent singing like a lullaby around this tent.
Gosh.
And he just said, yeah, I just packed up and I was gone, just, you know. Yeah,
That's mind blowing, isn't it?
yeah, just can you imagine being a tent in the middle of the woods, some dense woods, you know, and yeah, crackers.
I do know. I do loads of camping, and I did have some noises outside my tent a couple of nights on the trot. And I found
Yeah,
I've got a hedgehog keep coming outside, and that was bad enough with the noises it made. snuffling and like, yeah, that was creepy.
Yeah, but if I heard that, I'd have been, no, we're not having that. But, but it's natural to be scared, though, something's happening, which,
Yeah.
I mean, people always say, well, you're a paranormal investigator, you get in this stuff, but your own instincts kick in, and, and we're only human, and we're going to get scared when we hear things which
That's
shouldn't,
right.
it's just human nature, it's just,
Yeah, that's
cool.
cool.
I mean, would, if you was in your house and it's just saw a guy stood there, I mean,
Yeah.
do you stand and talk to him, or you've never met this guy before, but he's in your house, or do you just run off, or just back away from it? It's just just human.
Knowing me, I'd scream.
Yeah, I'd probably.
I tend to.
I'd back off. I'd run out and think I was crazy, or genuinely think somebody was in my house. I wouldn't stand there and be like, "Oh, okay, let's just have a conversation with each other,"
Yeah.
But that's not happened, so I can't really say what I would do in that situation, because I've not found myself to be in that situation.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd want it. I don't know. You kind of want it at a venue, don't you? But in your own house, it's a
Yeah,
bit different.
yeah. I mean, we're still waiting for that clear image, though. Will we get that full apparition?
That's right.
Something,
Yeah.
I mean, that is still, there's advancements in technology and things like that, and probably maybe one day we will get 100% full apparition, and it's which can be considered paranormal.
But then it's proving it again, isn't it?
Yeah,
with Photoshop and everything else, and the
yeah,
amount
but
of
then again,
analysis
the
to try and
technology
prove
is that
it.
good. You can create something.
Yeah.
It's just, suppose it's just your credibility in a certain investigator. And,
Yeah, that's right.
And it just brings us back to that scenario. Do you believe?
Yeah, your honesty and everything, doesn't it?
Yeah. Would that person do this?
Yeah. I'll just say a quick hello. Okay, we've got Luke Allerton, we've got Noreen Hill, we've got Adam Kalishka. Thanks for watching.
Thanks a lot,
Robin
guys.
Pratt, Tyree scratched to believe on the neck in that vicious attack from a possible demon. How long did that experience affect you emotionally?
Yeah, that was, that to this day I'm still gobsmacked to what that was. Just the lead up to that happening was, what are the chances that when you're getting negative responses, like something saying that they want your soul and something's threatening you, very threatening towards you,
Yeah.
and then your neck starts to get warm, and then when you look, it appears to be scratches on along your neck.
Yeah.
That is frightening. And
I've seen that twice, where somebody has felt heat, and then you've seen the scratches develop. Yeah,
that was like, for me, it just felt like it was just burnt. It didn't feel like like something was scratching me. It was just burning.
Yeah.
Burning sensation, and and that video, that's it. But that was the early days of me investigating. I didn't close that investigation down by doing any protection. I just got up and I left. I went.
Bless you.
Yeah. That should have happened. Now that would have happened, I would have tried to seek some kind of cleansing. I would have, done everything in my power to try and rid myself of whatever that was. But in my early days, when an investigation was over, it was over, and you just went home.
Yeah.
Bringing anything what you've picked up during that investigation back with you. It's
Yeah, but you learn, don't you? And that's the thing.
It's
just
just
live
that
your experience.
I just want people that thinking that everyone what's thinking that this is cool and this is brilliant. People are watching us on the internet. You know, I just want people just to be careful and just think that your popularity will come at a price. You know, just be careful. That's all I want to urge people to do, and that's my just. I know it's a brilliant feeling. It's a brilliant feeling that yeah, I can go out. I'm live streaming and people are watching me. This is brilliant. But it's as long as you've got some kind of knowledge of what you're dealing with. Just keep that in mind. You know, I know I'm very selective now about what I investigate and what I don't. I'm very, I'm very, very selective. Do I really want to get myself into that, or do I feel safe enough to go in and people who want to watch it will watch it, and then people who don't want to watch it don't watch it. Simple as that.
That's it.
You know.
I'll just go out, see what I can get, and I have got bits of footage. I intend to get more footage next year, but yeah, it's just I got loads of personal experiences, which are stories,
Yeah.
And I could chat to my friends. They understand. They know that what I'm saying is what I experienced, and that's that. And you hear their stories as well, and wow, we've had some awesome things happening, which you can't explain.
It's always brilliant when you go to a location which has a story and you'll get evidence to back that story up. That's pretty incredible, really. You know, just having a story.
We've had Von knows Ween well. So it's a place that I want to add to my list. Dean Buckley says Bodmin Moor is great to camp on. My gosh.
Yeah.
I've been there and it's just been misty and horrible, so it's spooky enough as it is, isn't it?
I'd like to camp out, but I've got to make sure that there's a Tesco around corner or something like that, We don't want to be going too far into nowhere. But the place I haven't been, which I would like to go to in serious notes, is Pendle Hill. I don't know if you've ever been there. I'd like to go there at some point. That's another pretty. East Drive as well. That is pretty. I know a lot of people.
Have you been?
I've been there. We went. Nothing happened. It was still nothing happened.
Right.
Still got to about 2 a.m, and everything happened all at once. Like the radio came on its own. Curtain poles were falling off upstairs. The toilet flushed by itself.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if there were a timer set for all these things to happen, but yeah, it was. Got there about 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the evening. Very underwhelming. Just like this is just an old house. And then 2 a.m. just comes at the house literally came alive.
Oh, how strange.
But it's a place I'd only go to once. Not
right.
I've experienced what I need to experience from that place, and I'm quite happy just to say I've been in there, done it. And I would, if you're into paranormal, I would recommend going. To cross it off your list.
That's right. I'm interested in it, but there's quite a few things what put me off it.
Yeah.
But I've been to De Grey Street, and I won't go back there again.
Yeah, I mean that's another one for me. I've never been there, and I will go at some point when the world develops some kind of normality. But
that's it.
But that's a conversation for another day. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, but with the world how it is at the minute, it has slowed down any paranormal stuff,
Yeah. we're all going to be crazy to get out there, aren't we? You
yeah,
know, so
we're
many of
all
us have left it, and we just want to get out. And
we
we're
just
all
want to
being,
get,
well, most of us are actually being patient, aren't we? And yeah,
yeah,
get out when we can, when it's safe to do so.
But I mean, it's when you're with paranormal, you want to be with someone to really embrace, just to get some clarity. What you're feeling is that other person next to you feeling that as well.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not when you're out on your own, you're feeling it, but you can't really express. You need another two people with you just to, just to get some kind of, are you feeling this as well? Did you hear that as well?
But I wonder if it's down to the energy as well. You know, like there's one person, so much energy. You've got another two people. You've got more energy there, haven't you?
Definitely.
Maybe.
A lot of energy what the spirit can use as well. I've found if you go to places where there's a waterfall, or or the Stockbridge bypass, I always bring this up. Where that bypass is located is a massive power plant.
Okay.
Massive. And a lot of electricity pylons.
Interesting.
And when you get an EMF, you can't use an EMF meter because it will literally break your EMF meter. There's that much, like the needle, the lights, whatever, off the scale. And as soon as you get an EMF meter out around there, so it's not surprising that there's so much energy for spirits and spirits to use and manifest and things like that, because it's definitely go. You go to Stockbridge bypass. You're not going to the road and stopping off at the road. You're going to the bridge.
Oh, okay.
The bridge above the road, because that's possibly the safest place where you can get. You're not pulling up at the side of the road and start investigating.
God no.
You're looking for the bridge over the top of the bypass. And
brilliant.
that's possibly the safest place you'll go. And just take an EMF meter with you, and you watch that. You just watch that EMF meter. Just, and that will. There's no. That's my personal theory, anyway. I
like it, and I want to go. I so do. Yeah, but if they say that spirit sort of use energy, well, it's got the source there, hasn't it?
Massive amounts and the rest, it's.
Yeah. We've got a question from Jane then.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about moving spirits on? Do you think all spirits should be moved on?
It just depends on the person. If the spirit is causing distress and making people's lives unlivable, then yes, maybe so. Maybe they need to go. But like I say, I'm convinced where I am now that there's an old lady in here. She doesn't cause me any distress or anything like that. I mean, I can hear her. I can hear her in the hallway, and
that's brilliant.
Sometimes the doors will open, and you can hear the doors opening and then closing, and she's not bothering me, not interfering with my business or anything like that. I just leave her be. But if you think that this spirit is causing me making my life hell, I need to get rid. I need to move the spirit on.
Yeah.
Then that may be might be a choice for you. But do I think that all spirits need to go? Maybe if the spirit has indicated that they want to move on, maybe you could try and help them. But it's a wide question. There's a lot of different scenarios that could come out of that question. Or maybe it's a family member. Maybe maybe you like to have that presence around you.
Yeah, that's right. And you've sort of always known that energy as well, because it's been around you since birth, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's people out there who are convinced. That
Oh, Stocksbridge, I think. It sounds like a holiday destination, everyone going to the same places. It's okay for experience, but more interested in local folklore, new sites to be discovered. That might be Pendle Hill talking about, I'm not quite sure. But
yeah. There's loads of places. There's not just Stockbridge Bypass on the planet, you know. I mean,
oh gosh, yeah,
I'm just talking about Stockbridge Bypass because that's one of my personal where I've got a lot of activity, and you know, people might talk about a completely different place where they've got, you know, that's just coming from me. But yeah, there's tons of places where you can investigate. You know, I mean, there's stories all over.
But it's about your locality, isn't it? What you personally picked up, you know.
I mean, logistically, I'm not going to travel from where I am all the way to the other end of the country, which I'm going to have to pay for myself because nobody's paying me to do it.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, just to get a haunted experience.
Yeah.
If I can travel 20 minutes up the road and get a haunted experience, then I'm going to do that. You know, but obviously if I was being paid and this was I'd travel all over because this was my job, you know. But it's not my job. It's a hobby.
That's right.
It's an interest. And like you say, it's just locality. I mean, there's places where you are, I'm sure, where you can
That's right.
You know?
Yeah, I've been going to like houses which have been knocked down, you know, like halls which like are in parks. And as long as you keep away from people, you know, it's great. I've done a couple of live feeds.
Houses are the most active places ever because you've angered the spirit, you've knocked the place down.
Yeah.
You flattened you know, just because the house is gone doesn't mean the spirit has gone.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. There's a large family who live there, you know, they would have had happiness, would have had sadness, and their energy is probably still around there. So, you know, there are loads of places like locally to go. But then, you know, you get the places like East Drive where people all want to go, but you know, you can get wherever, can't you, really?
Yeah, just the most, you know, the grounds of house are the most active as a house what's still standing. You know,
that's right.
It's to me, my opinion is that if you know there's a haunted house, known haunted, you'll knock that down and the activity is going to get stronger. You know,
yeah. Have you ever been to Haunted Antiques in Hinckley?
No, that's not place I like to go.
Yeah. Well, it's one of my favourite places, obviously. Yeah, but that's like a mixture of energies. You've got all the objects put in there.
There was one at Barnsley, a haunted antiques shop, not an antique shop, and in at Barnsley, and some of the activity they got in there was glass cases exploding.
Wow.
You know, they've had it on television before on these paranormal channels. Just the CCTV footage they've captured, you know, they've captured objects flying out the
that's brilliant.
But those when the glass cases, and you know them like glass cabins.
Yeah, the display cases.
They're just blowing up, you know, and it's just exploding.
Wow.
And it's crazy, and I've been in there, and it is. But well, basically, it's full of artifacts from hundreds of, you know. It's just where these objects have got their own energy.
Yeah.
And they've been, you know, they've just ended up in one location, and if all that energy is combined with each other, it's no surprise that that glass cases are exploding, unless there's some kind of strange heat or anything like that, you know, what would make, you know, some explainable. But I think to get glass that hot to explode like that or that cold would take a lot. to do. But
Yeah.
it's interesting. Definitely look on YouTube. Antiques Barnsley. Antiques.
Oh, that sounds brilliant. Yeah, sounds very interesting. So, where do you want to go then? What are your plans? Is there anywhere you specific want to go to this year?
Where do I want to go this year? Like I say, I want to revisit some of my most active places I've been to, because it's been a long time since I've been back.
Oh, bless you, yeah.
And eventually I want to just across some of the list, some famous haunted houses,
Yeah.
like you mentioned.
Yeah.
I'd like to go there when we can, and
Yeah, that's right.
we will go back, things will get some, once this vaccine gets around and
Yeah. Once things start settling, yeah, definitely.
settling, things are gonna be up in the air for a few till summer.
Don't know, do we? But we know it's all waiting for us, don't we?
Yeah.
And what do you think the level of activity will be like when we get back?
Maybe it's more active because there's not a lot of people talking, or maybe it's just same as it ever was, maybe it's not died down. Maybe just because we're not there doesn't mean that they're not doing what they do.
Yeah, that's right.
But I'd like to think that when we go back and go communicating and showing ourselves, that they will be more receptive to us being back there. But who knows? Only we can find out when we get back there.
I did go back to Haunted Antiques twice in last summer when you could, and the activity had ramped up. So it seems like they do miss you to some degree.
Yeah,
and
maybe they like that.
It's what they used to, isn't it? In some places, like they might get fed up every Friday and Saturday in some places, but then all of a sudden, like there's months where it's quiet, and then boom, we're back. So it's different, isn't it?
Definitely. I mean, our spirits picking up on the negative energies between us. Know how there's a lot of unrest in the world.
Yeah, that's right.
There's a lot of negative energy between us all at the minute.
It's horrible, isn't it?
Everywhere you look on the television, on your social media, everybody's arguing with each other. Everybody's at each other's throats. Is that?
Yeah, it's because you're stuck in your house, aren't you? So you're getting more frustrated. And sometimes you get the outlet that it's strangers on the internet or things like that. And oh dear, yeah. I just hope we can all get on with each other when all this is done and dusted.
People won't get along with each other in the paranormal field. Let me tell you that now.
Well, I hope they get on better. They get on and do their own thing. Like, it's like people on here, like I've met, some people like I speak to now who I've sort of met since lockdown.
And,
I
mean, like I say, the internet is the only option at minute to communicate with each other.
Yeah, that's right.
But things we've got to think positive. Things will get
definitely
normality. Cases are dropping.
Yeah, that's it. Sooner the better. But
that's it.
Hopefully we can all get free and everything will be good again. So, do you always prefer to work on your own, or would you ever do a collaboration?
If that person wanted to, if the logistics was right, if we both could get and we could do it. I mean, I've done collabs before. The last one I did was with Dave Brown. Combined Dimensions Paranormal. We did that. We had fun. We had a great time. We got we both got some evidence which backed each other's evidence up. So
that's brilliant.
That was good. But like I say, at the minute, collaborations and things like that shouldn't be happening. So
no, that's right. You're right about that, and most people who follow the channel are the same as well.
Yeah.
You know, we're all being patient. We're all waiting, and then as soon as we're allowed and it's safe to do so, then we will be out and about again.
Yeah, it'd be a lot better once everybody's been vaccinated,
Oh,
and
yeah.
and
Oh, that first time when you meet everybody, it's just going to be so amazing, isn't it?
yeah, it's
Wow.
yeah. At the minute, there's a lot of you stand next to me, and there's there's a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
what's the word? A lot of lack of
Animosity and rubbish.
it's
Yeah.
very I yeah
I can't be bothered.
you just everybody just try and just keep
Yeah, that's right.
try and just keep calm with it, and
And like Neil posted on his Facebook the other day, you know, every day we're nearer to freedom, aren't we?
yeah,
Which we
definitely,
are, you know, whatever the
definitely.
goalpost is, we don't know. But so, Noreen, I think the good thing to come out of this situation is that more people in the paranormal community have linked to each other through chats like these. So, like you, I hope it will continue. It will never be perfect, but let's hope going forward, everyone will make use of the connections and friendships that they've made to come together. That's lovely, Noreen, and yeah, you're
Yeah,
spot on
definitely.
there.
There's a at the end of the day, I might not agree with another paranormal investigator about something, but I won't insult that person. I won't.
No,
I won't make his life hell because I would agree just to disagree.
yeah,
And then we move on, and that's how
that's right.
that's and that's how I've always liked to be. Just
Yeah.
just be civil with each other, and it's just the best way to be.
Yeah, I totally agree there because we're all trying to find out proof, we're all trying to find evidence. And that's it,
We've
isn't it,
all got the
really?
same goal. you know. I mean, end of the day, there is no right or wrong way of doing this.
No.
If you've got something and you do this and you feel as though it works for you, brilliant.
Yeah,
That's great. You carry on doing that. I'm not going to stop you from doing it.
that's right.
Just
Yeah,
you just yeah, that's great. And I'll just do what I do, and I'll do just what I think works for me, and and that's it. And we just get on it. That's it. We don't need to be standing on each other's toes and
yeah.
causing a massive,
Oh, God. No, we
just
don't want that at all.
no,
But,
no
but
time
we've
for
got a
that.
new start today, sort of pagan calendar, so
Hmm.
it's the first day of spring, so it's new beginnings for
Yeah,
everyone.
I can tell weather-wise as well. It's been quite a nice day here today.
Yeah, it did.
It's been
Like,
quite a warm day.
I had a bit of a shocker today, but it was nice when I got to the park and it was beautiful and sunny. Yeah, it's crisp, but it was nice. You know,
Yeah,
you've got the clouds coming
it's been
through.
a better day than what we've had at late.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, just to get out in the air has just been lovely. And yeah, all the flowers are coming through, the spring flowers.
That's it. Bit of
Wendy
daffodils,
Williams,
cheer us up.
this is a nice one.
Hmm.
Care for and love your fellow humans.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's great sentiment, really, for the end of the show. It's gone by so quickly, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been interesting. And thank you everyone for tuning in and listening, and and
And
hopefully,
thank you, Phil.
yeah,
You've been
hopefully
very
you can
interesting.
watch what I do and whatever in the future. It's
Yeah. I'll add your link onto the advert at the top. I'll sort of
yeah,
add that onto there when we
brilliant.
finish the conversation. But thanks everyone for watching, and whatever you do, stay safe and one step at a time. We will get out of this, and then we can all meet up and do paranormal.
Definitely,
That's what we want, isn't it?
definitely.
Thank you.
Everyone
Neil
stay
and
safe.
Jane are on with Haunted Connections at 9 o'clock. All right. Take care, everyone, and thank you. Bye.
Bye bye. See
Thank
you
you,
later.
Adam.